about love I didn't have to learn. Oh, I don't know a thing about love I didn't have to learn. Oh, nah, I don't know a thing about love I didn't have to learn.
I'll always love you, now and forever. I could never stop loving you. I am so grateful for every moment I can be near you and be in your heart. With every heartbeat, I know what you need. With every breath, I wish you the best. In my mind, I'm always with you, and when I'm with you, I am complete. Winter and springtime, summer and fall, I am so happy we have them all. As they roll on, I am so grateful that I am near you. We have them all. As they roll on, I am so grateful that I am near you. And you're in my heart. With every heartbeat, I know what you need. With every breath, I wish you the best. In my mind, I'm always with you, and when I'm with you, I am complete. Love you now and forever. I could never stop loving you. Thank you very much. That goes.
someone. Don't tell me the things you've done. Do 'em, son. And drink the drink you like. Oh, 'cause I'm not buying it tonight. I'm tired from not being famous. You get tired all the time when all you do is think about doing something great. All with your life. At least I can say at the end of the day, oh, I burn the candle my way. What a pretty light it gave. Be somebody. Be somebody for me. Be somebody for me. Be somebody. Be someone. It's not a joke just because you're young, when all your joy and pain seems fun. It's a sporting kind of life. Oh, and you're up next on deck tonight. At least I can say the end of the day, oh, I burn the candle my way. What a pretty light it gave.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Eskwilax Hour, episode 74. Thanks for being here with me. I'm your host, Efrain. The Eskwilax Hour, where we bring you art, artist interviews, news, and all sorts of crazy art ideas. And so our guest today is Jose, and he's running kind of a little bit late, so he should be here in a few minutes. And in the meantime, we're just gonna scroll through his portfolio, I guess you can call it. You can see him, these two right here. His main subjects is the owl, or specifically more the owl eyes. As you can see in this one, or either one, they're very detailed. It's all like more direct, or just like the actual, not even the nose is in there. Or yeah, it's a little bit of the nose. So we'll go through some of them, and I'm just gonna put the chair a little bit like around so you guys can chill with me while we wait. All right. That one's more like red colors, and reds and blacks, and some white colors in there. Then he has his roses, his watermark on top of the owl. I think he sells these a lot. They're more like, I think they're quicker pieces that he does. But I met him like 3 years ago, where we did a show on that V's West Adams. It was I think part of a tattoo show. I'm not sure, but it was Jose and I think 2 more of his buddies. And there was like a whole, I think they even brought a lowrider out front where people can see one of his buddies' artwork on the car, and it was out in the front of the building. And then Jose brought a few, I think they were like just paintings of a lot of owls. There was a lot of there's like famous artists. I think it's Bob Marley was one of them, or I think it was him that they came out. So we scroll through. Well, this one's more, I think this is newer because I haven't seen this before. This one's like like a full body of the owl. And again, it's like the same owl that he was taking the eye, just the eye line, I guess, and And now he's expanding into the actual body of the owl. And then he's adding a branch or a different subject. Whereas in the other one's just the owls. This one, to me, this is like Chicano art, which is like the Joker faces or the smile now, cry later kind of thing. And it looks like it's airbrush, but I'm pretty sure that's acrylic or oil that he works with, because I've seen most of his works in acrylic. Acrylic's quicker, so that's the reason I would use it. But when he gets here, we'll ask him if he uses oil or acrylic. And this is like, to me, this is what I call Chicano art, or again, or LA, kind of like East LA kind of art, where it's like you got it's like black and white shading, and then like a gangsterish kind of theme going on. The happy clown, he's happy, but he's also like, you know, on the evil side, whereas the other one is just straight up a sad clown. And then this one, I believe it's either sideways, or I just can't see it correctly. It's also a bird, maybe like the eagle on the Mexican flag. Because, oh yeah, Jose, he is from my hometown, from Oaxaca, Mexico. A small town, you know, it's called San Lucas Chiavini. That's where my parents are from, that's where I'm from, and I think that's where Jose is from too. So, and later on, I'll put up also, I'll see if I can get a hold of his like Facebook, or if he can just tell everybody what his Facebook is, so you can find out more about him. And then I think he does commissions also. So, and this one is also different from his usual owl theme. It is an owl, but to me, it's more like a stencil, like a stencil down. So this one's more like an animated owl. Again, it's not just the eyes anymore. This is like the owl and the moon. And it's a good thing he has his signature on there. That way you know it's him. Because it is a different style than what I'm used to. It's like more animated. This was nice. I actually didn't see this one until now, because when I was doing the file, I was just like putting 1B, 1A, 1C, 2, and so on. But this one's good. It should be like a monarch butterfly, and then just like a wildflower of some sort. This is again like the Chicano art, or just black and white. Smile now, cry later. And also these are good for like, if a lot of people are into tattoos. They're like this kind. Just LA style, gangster style. I don't want to squish my mic here. All right. We got more owls here, but this one you can actually see the nose. You can see more of the facial. And this owl doesn't seem as calm as the rest. This one's more like ready to fight kind of owl, or it's just like staring, trying to find like a mouse to catch or a prey. Later on, people can comment on the video and just kind of share your ideas. What do you think? What's up with this owl? So this is what I'm more used to. See. See, it's just the eyes, some of the nose, then the different color. That was greens. These are more oranges. Again, this the artwork by Jose. There. He's running kind of late, but it's all good because it's the Eskwilax hour. we get creative. And so right now we're just chilling, and it's been a long day, so it's good. So that way, right now I'm just kind of taking a minute to kind of sit down. And this is more of a close-up of I think the last rows from the earlier. The petals are close. You can see them better in this one. This one's actually cool. I like it because I like blue. Blue's like one of my best colors to work with, and just in general. All right, again, these are the Owls by Jose. And as soon as he gets here, he can tell us all about the idea behind the owls, like the actual why he chose them. Like me, I chose my characters is the rabbit and the chicken, which are they're more like they're like enemies, but to the point where they're not gonna kill each other, just chasing each other back and forth, like Tom and Jerry kind of. But that's the reasoning behind my character. So I would like to know why he chose the owl. It might be just because he likes owls, or he's seen a lot of them or something. So in the meantime, all right, you guys can actually comment on dronebox.com if you're near a computer. I'm gonna try to read them off, or of course always shout out to Yayo, shout out to Rick, a friend Luna. I know who else has been watching recently. Yesterday I was online. I think Joey, he was out there watching. I'm just talking about my live feed, not the Eskwilax hour. But yeah, we got a lot of people yesterday watching. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna see what everybody's doing. So I'm gonna give a shout out so people can go ahead and go online, and I'll shout you guys out. For some reason it's not letting me. We'll try it again. Shout out. All right, we're going live on this other feed, but we are live on Dronebox. This is episode 74. The first 30 episodes are more of like just me kind of just chilling. I'm using the spray paint and just kind of drawing or painting different subjects, from chickens to cobras to lettering. You can always catch that on YouTube, and I've been uploading them and kind of chopping them up too with the vMix, just to make them shorter so people can go through them quicker, because they are an hour long. It is the Eskwilax hour, even though right now it's from 4 to 6, and that's not an hour, that's 2 hours. So you guys get to kick it with me for 2 hours. And yeah, so the first 30, they're just like silent and music and just me painting, which is cool, because that way you got to see how far because you can tell when I started, like my can control was still rusty, and then towards number 50, 52, 53, it became better. It got quicker, smoother, and then my subjects were a little bit stronger. Well, they are now because I still haven't gotten time to go home and practice. So the only practice I get is on the show, which is good. That way you guys can see how much I have advanced through the. It's been a year and like 4 months, I think, or a little bit less. But yeah, it's over a year, and then once we started doing the interviews, a lot of them were also, a lot of my artist friends, they have been coming through. Thank you guys. And then, because we have the space, and we have the Eskwilax or something. That is what it's for. What is here for? Just so everybody can come, share their art, share their idea, and just kind of, so we know what goes in the artist's mind. And I think after the 40th, we had the interviews, and then we had Yayo come on too. Okay, so a friend is watching right now. He's giving us a thumbs up. Thumbs up, a friend. I don't know if you're back to Long Beach or back to Cali, because last time we spoke, you said you were heading out. And if you're watching, you can comment. Let us know where you've been at this time. Because I think I invited a friend to come on like 2 weeks ago, but he would say he was busy, which is good. Being busy is good because it keeps your mind fresh. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So yeah, after episode, and then a couple of episodes, we brought Evelyn on, and she was learning how to use the spray paint, and I was trying to show her how to just kind of what the different caps do, the different tips. And it was cool. I like showing people how to use it. I'm not saying go out and graph up everything. I'm just saying it's a spray can. It's like a brush. Different strokes, different techniques, closer, further, the better it is. But yeah, if anybody's interested, comment. Let me know if you guys want to come on. I can teach you guys how to use the can a little bit. Or also you guys can come and show me some techniques of your own. I know I have a lot of artists on my social media. I'm pretty sure they'll be down to come through. Like Rick came by, and then he recommended Instagram. Instagram was cool. He said he's down to come out anytime to just kind of paint. As you guys can see, the painting that he did 2 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, under. He called it Hi Ivan. We interviewed him a couple of minutes, and then he went on to painting. But yeah, it is just it used to be 1 hour, but now it's 2 hours. But still, when you're an artist, you want like 8 hours of just straight out painting, not even nonstop. Like you're just gonna go and just try to get as much done, because to me it's fun. To me it's good for stress, just painting the night away. And so yeah, so we had people painting, we had me teaching people how to paint, and then oh yeah, and when I left off was on Yayo. We did the Art March Madness. Hopefully we do that every year. And and then I also told Yayo that we can bring some of his students' art onto the show, so they get encouraged to make more art and just take more of Yayo's classes. I think they are in Mascota, Mexico. I think that's where he gives the classes. So Yayo. Oh yeah, and then a friend just mentioned that I've also been doing the virtual painting. It's different. I also, if people want to come by, or other artists want to come by and try out the virtual, I can teach them how to use that too. I'm pretty familiar with like 80% of the tools on it, but it is like more, it's not the same as drawing on a piece of paper, you know. It's 3D, you're drawing around you, going through it, under it, it messes with your eyes and your perception, but it's cool. I like doing that. I think I've done at least 2, and then like one which where I was just learning how to use it, and that show was not, I think we did air it, but you can tell that I had no idea what I was doing. But after the second one, I just went just kind of into it, just kind of had the idea that it is a 3-dimensional world that that I'm creating art. So I just got used to it. I think the first one I did came out looking or the second one came out looking like a piñata instead of an actual subject, which was a chicken. It looked like I just stuffed a piñata with candy and just kind of. It wasn't my best. But the last one I did was did like a beaver in a tree, and there was like a frog being eaten by the tree. It was like a waterfall. It was dope. You guys should watch it. I think it's number 67 or 68, somewhere around there. And so yeah, thanks a friend for reminding me about that. He said it's fun. So whoever wants to come. And after this, if I have time, I will do more of the virtual art, because Louis did mention that there's a new feature that is like sculpting. They actually give you like I don't know, I guess like an actual human head or a body that you can sculpt. Because as far as I know, that program only has like just the torso. Like if you were like a fashion designer, just kind of go around it, make a wire, put some lines, paint over it, put some acrylic. So I'm gonna try that out, but it does take a little bit of setup to do that. All right, so we got virtual reality, the spray can, I guess you can call it like tutorial. Yeah, there you go, spray can tutorials. We've also had me just no hosting, just painting with spray paint. And I think I did a portrait, my first self-portrait. I tried doing that with spray paint. It came out all right, you know, but I suck at drawing people, so that wasn't my best. And then, I did go home and I just kind of build on top of it. I made it like all blue, and then it looked like me 70%. But I did use a picture from like that time, which was October, where I did lose a lot of weight, so I did look different. And then I just put it onto the canvas. I just got really excited and then motivated. And I just like 3 or 4 days straight, and then I would stop and then go 3 or 4 days straight. Just put layers and layers of blue paint. And I didn't bring I didn't bring the painting today, or I didn't bring the image, but it was, on maybe one of the other shows I'll bring it and just kind of post it, just so I can have it and you guys can see it. And if you also follow me on Instagram, I have like a rabbit painting that I've had for like 3 years. I started that in like the Long Beach Funk Fest, and then I just never got around to finishing it. And then I was going to finish it, but then I started, it went from being 2D, and then I started doing 3D, so I started making it more 3D. But now I'm still left like halfway on it. And unfortunately, we haven't done any Funk Fest for a while. I don't know if the art part got canceled, but when we used to do it, it was really cool. And my friend, he did a James Brown painting, and he actually sold that. He painted it in a year before, and then like a year later, he ended up selling it. It wasn't much, but he was proud because, you know, you sold the painting, a Funk Fest painting. Because Funk Fest is a music, Funk Fest festival is a music festival. So, you know, a lot of people go there just to the music. And then you had us, the artists, painting just funk themed paintings and subjects. We actually went with a crazy idea where we got a bunch of old records and just kind of spray painted Funk Yo Mama onto them, and people dug that. They were into it. Like a lot of them, we sold them for like $20. We did like stencils. We got some good spray painting them, and then I think it was just like Funk Your Mama, Funk this, Funk that, Funk You. It's just like a play on words that we did. Christian, he said Uptown Funk It Up. I think that's more of a newer funk, but it fits in there. And a friend said the Long Beach Funk Fest is coming back on this year. No, wait, no, this is 2016. He said 2017. So next year, maybe we can shoot it, and whenever we have an hour here, we can just kind of replay what happened, or I can take a camera, just kind of set it up, and then people can watch me. And if you guys watch the show, you guys can meet me there. But this is like if a friend invites me to go back to live painting, and if I have the time, because there's also just a lot of more work to put into the coffee shop and now the show, because now we're going more into producing more of it, and then I'm just trying to get more artists to come in, and hopefully I got some thumbs up. Thank you guys for giving thumbs up on here. So yeah, and then so we had the Funk Fest, and I was talking about that because of the artwork. Anyways, and also in Dronebox we have the guitar that I painted, I think 4 years back. I actually painted the guitar. I think it was Bootsy's guitar. Yeah, Bootsy. He said bring these to LVC. Hey, if somebody's down to put up and then invest, they could put it on out there. I mean, I'm not as familiar with like the landscape, but if people like coffee, I don't see why not. I don't see why they wouldn't like these up there. They probably enjoy it and just kind of, they'll come through with the art, because we do, in the beginning, we do encourage like artists come by to drop them up. At the moment, we're not taking any submissions, just because we're trying to figure out, because we have grown, so there has to be a whole system where the artist will drop it off, pick it up, it'll be taken care of. Because right now we have 3 stores, and I can't be at 3 stores all at once. So we're taking care of that. As soon as that's taken care of, we'll post about it. But for the moment, you can only find my art in Miracle Mile, West Adams, and Boyle Heights. Well, Boyle Heights, we actually have, since I'm there most of the time, we have like 4 or 5 different artists displaying there. Some of them are surreal art, some of it is cartoon, animation, lettering. There's a couple of those. Our neighbors across the street, they did some sketches, so that was cool. I got a lot of thumbs up. Thank you guys. The more thumbs up, the better. That means people are watching on Dronebox, and then people are watching on the other. Thank you, Arthur Carrillo. Christian said he can manage one. He's gonna be, yeah, but we need to put one out there wherever it is. Also, Rick always talking about he wants one out in Riverside. That's probably more doable, since I think it's closer to this rather than Long Beach. But hey, it could happen. You never know. It can happen. Put in a coffee shop out there, get that coffee going, get the art vibe going. I mean, there is already, but you know how we do it. We try to get involved with the community. If the people are down, we're down. Bring some artists, bring the kids, and just do a little bit. We help you guys, and you guys help us out. All right, so if the Funk Fest is coming back, so I have to think of a subject. Because the way it works is I'll think of something, an idea today, then I'll go back to it like a month from now, and then 2 months later. It's just how it works. Because then I'll always change an idea. I'm like, all right, next year I'm gonna paint, I don't know, James Brown or Bootsy or what's the main guy? What's his name? Clinton, George Clinton. I tried painting him the first year, but it was just bad. I wasn't proud of that painting. I mean, there was a lot of people that came to support me that year because it was the first one, and then the year after, actually, yeah, people have been coming through to the Long Beach Funk Fest just to chill. Thank you guys. I always like to go because there's a band. I think it's like it's a marching something orchestra. Maybe a friend knows about it. But anyways, every time they're there, I like being there because it's a good vibe. They play the live music and just, it's like jazz. I think it's like a jazz. If a friend knows what it's called, you can comment on it, and then just kind of, I can tell you guys. And besides the Funk Fest, and maybe more, I think MCAU Gallery too, Oscar. I think that's, yeah, Oscar, I think his name. He's cool. His gallery is really good. If you guys are around there, it's like near the Rampart, Echo Park kind of area. That's MCAU. Shout out to you guys. You guys do good for the community right there. Get everybody involved, get artists there, a lot of different types of art. And I think it's like every week. His calendar looks like is like really full all the time, which is good. You know, good for artists, good for him. I actually just been there like twice. Because every time I go, I try to go, there's always something comes up, and then I can't make it. Because me and him talked about how you wanted to do a show. It's just that I've gotten so busy. It's kind of hard to, meet up. Okay, so a friend is clearing it up. He said they do a parade during the Long Beach Funk Fest, and they're called the C-Funk Brass Band. So shout out to the C-Funk Brass Band. They're dope. I dig the music. I like the park because they're there. It's live. It's not recorded or anything. And then they get like all the public involved, and then they're just going at it. They're just playing music, and they're like just marching. They'll go from one side to the other side. Although I don't know if I saw them at the Long Beach Funk Fest at the Queen Mary, because I know the one I've been to, they were on Pine Street and like downtown Long Beach. But it's cool. All right, moving on. Besides the tutorials, the virtual reality, and then I was talking about the portrait. I did a self-portrait of me, which came out and then I also did David Niker, I think that's his last name. He actually really liked it. That's the first time I used acrylic on there. Okay, so a friend said that the C-Funk Brass Band, they were actually the Queen Mary. It's probably because I was all the way by the entrance and I just kind of more focused on that side and not so close to the stage, so I didn't get to see them. Well, I'll see him next year if I go. So yeah, David Niker, he liked the portrait I did of him. He said he was gonna get it put on some shirts, and that's cool. Somebody wants to put my art on like the shirt, that's cool, as long as they let me know. And then what else have we done on the show? I got more thumbs up. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Even if Jose didn't make it on today, I mean, we still got his art to share with you guys, and I'll go through them again, just so you guys know that he is an artist, but he also has like a 9 to 5. So he said he was gonna try to make it as quick as possible, and if he was able to make it out here, because it is Ball Heights, across the street from and then you see the spinning wrap from V's. It's dope. I dig it. It's if you guys are watching it, you guys can see it on Dronebox. I don't know. Let me try to put it so you guys can see it on face. Efren says he wants to do a virtual. Remember, I'm Efren, Efrain, and then he's Efren, which is Efren. So Efren said he wants to try to do the virtual painting. Yeah, if you have time, we can do it next week or whichever Friday you feel like it. I can show you. You just gotta kind of, because I make up my own words for the tools, don't necessarily use the correct terms for them. So if you have patience for that, I'm down, you're down. Okay, so now it's gone. The spinning wrap is gone. All right. Again, Jose, if you weren't able to make it, thank you. At least you sent over the artwork, and that way we can share with the public. And yeah, if he was late or wasn't able to make it, that's cool. You know, as long as he's safe, that's nothing happened to him. Because I did call him, but he didn't answer. But you know, no hard feelings, nothing personal. It's just Eskwilax hour. We get creative. And today we're just kind of going over Jose's art and my opinions on what were the ideas behind that inspired each painting. Earlier I said this one was like a stencil kind of thing, owl. And there's more owls. And if you guys have more questions, just kind of type them up and I'll answer them. Yeah. So right now we're gonna switch to virtual painting in a bit, and Nolan's gonna help me set that up. So, Nolan, he's the man.
I am a man.
All right. In the meantime, we'll scroll through more paintings. Again, out of these, I like his paintings, but this one is my favorite one. There's a lot going on to it. There's the flower, the butterfly, the green background, and I guess you call it the stem of the flower. That looks dope. Oh, damn. I left that hanging. All right, it's more Chicano art.
Well, it's got a new program if you want to try it.
What's it called?
It's a sculpture one.
That's the one he said.
Oh, that's what you use?
Yeah, he said that. So it's not part of what's it called? The paintbrush, tilt brush. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it is.
So you guys heard that? It might be a different program. It's all good. I'm down just to get creative with it. It's like
It'll be self-explanatory. I haven't tried.
yeah, a lot of like when I tried out the first time the virtual one. Yeah, a lot of it explains itself. It's not
I'm gonna use it at home too.
cool.
If it looks cool, I'll let you be the guinea pig.
Nice. Who's interviewing me? No, I'm not being interviewed. I'm just out here chilling with the audience. I was supposed to interview Jose.
What's your first memory?
My first memory
What's your first memory?
of the show?
No, in general.
What, like when I was little?
Yeah. Getting interviewed. This is the interview.
All right. So I'm getting interviewed by Nolan for while he's setting up. Well, I was talking to my friend the other day. One of my first memories was over there in Mexico. My dad, he had a bike, and then he would ride the bike, and I would ride, I think, in front of it to school, because we didn't live that far. We were like, I don't know, 5 minutes from there. But he just liked riding the bike and having me on the bike. But then in one of those trips, I fell into the the tires, or I fell off of it or something. But I don't think I got hurt. But yeah, I remember that. I think I only remember more of the memories where either I'm falling off something, or, for example, I fell off a stool, and then the stool had a sharp nail onto it, on the bottom of it, and then it cut me. That's why I have a scar on my right eye. You can't really see it from where you guys are at, but it's a scar. If you touch it, like, there's a hole right there, because I guess it went to a bone and everything. Right there. You got another question, Nolan? And then I remember being hit. My sister hit me with a board with a nail on it, so something with me and nails. She just kind of whacked me with under my chin and cut me. I think there's also a scar there. But this was when we were kids, when it was like 8 or 7. But for some reason I remember all the violent.
Usually what happens.
Yeah.
You remember violent things. This might work. You want to play the set?
Yeah. Remember the photo? I think I left it out.
Oh, I didn't see it. Why don't you guys set it up?
All right. Let's set it up. Shit. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys.
Whoa, this one's cool.
All right, Nolan's gonna set that up while I go in the back. You guys can still watch me on Facebook. All right, so we're in the control room. You guys can see we got a lot going on. That's how it looks behind the scenes. That's the stuff I'm learning. My connection is weak.